To our second headline story this hour, official data show the Chinese economy has remarkably been in good shape in the fourth quarter of 2020, while other countries were crippled by the COVID-19 pandemic. According to the National Bureau of Statistics, China's GDP expanded 6.5% between October and December compared to 4.9% during the previous quarter. The growth was better than what economists had predicted. Chinese exports grew by more than expected in December as the country's manufacturing sector continued to gain momentum, with industrial output rising at a faster pace. The recovery is seen as gaining further steam in 2021. Asia's economic powerhouse faced a slump in the first quarter of last year. However, backed by strict virus containment measures and policy stimulus, the Chinese economy recovered steadily while other major economies suffered contractions. I'll be discussing this with Mr. Fabrizio Goldini. He's an analyst and commentator who comes to you via Skype out of Hong Kong. Mr. Goldini, it's good to see you and have you with us on the show.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning. What do you think about this? Were you one of those who thought that at 4.9 there is no way that within 3 months the numbers are going to go to 6.5, or are you basically surprised?
No, the point is this. I'm not surprised because if I can say we look at the forecast of IMF. Also, IMF basically forecast a few weeks ago an increase. I'm talking about the GDP year on year. I'm talking about the 2020 on 2019, an increase of 2.0, where the Chinese figure they say 2.3. So I am quite confident about this figure. What is impressive is the last quarter, where we have an increase of 6.5%. Mm-hmm. But actually, in my experience, from what I can see from here, it's quite normal because the export factor, especially the industrial output of the fourth quarter, was very, very strong, actually. The China consumption, the market, just to give you an idea, is this year was not performing very well. So the retail, for example, go back over 3.9%, but the overall economy of China, except the first quarter, he was very, very able to manage this crisis situation. Just to give you, I want to give you one more
sure,
information. The point is this one: we have to compare the figure with the figure of the other countries, because 2.3% of increase year on year, I must compare with Europe that this year it will perform less 8%, and the United States they will perform less 4%. Mm-hmm. So this figure they talk a lot, especially if we compare with the other
Exactly.
economies.
Now that you say these numbers, it makes a lot more sense for an ordinary man to understand what these numbers exactly mean. And 6.5 is a large achievement. When you look at it, in
Absolutely.
terms of Fabrizio, tell me something else. The current is set to be continuing within 2021. We're just within the first month of it. Do you have a prediction in terms of numbers or what we can expect the Chinese economy to hit and touch within the first quarter and perhaps within the next year?
Let's say quarter is very difficult to predict. Mm-hmm. Let's put it this way. And normally, I watch performance on year. Okay, so from some sources, I can see that they quote a possible forecast, let's say closer to 8%. So this year is a 2.3 plus. Mm-hmm. 2021 could be 8 plus. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
That's an amazing number.
is amazing number. It could be. If what we have seen in the quarter four go on like that, it could be a number like that.